Let's prep a mold. You got catch areas where the rail is and the controls. I've got those sanded down so we can make areas that they will pass through and the blocking will be level. First, we need to fill these areas in. Then we block for all areas where the controls are so that the tool will pass through the holster without dragging. Then you add some tape. This is about 3 layers. It will give clearance so the holster doesn't drag and scratch the gun. Make sure the tape is smooth as possible so the wrinkles doesn't transfer to the holster. So you want to have as little wrinkles and lines in your taping as possible because that will transfer to the kydex. And it doesn't necessarily hurt the function of the holster, but I like to get my holsters as smooth as possible on the inside. This makes it look better, makes it feel better when you reholster and draw. This is going to be an OWB, so I use a stack of nickels taped together. There's probably, I think, 4 or 5 nickels in that for the adjustable retention area. This holster is going to be FDE front with a black back. So we take our kydex, lay it out. This is a pretty small tool, so probably 8 inches will be enough. That's what she said. Mark them out, 8 inches. Stuff's super simple. Mark your lines. Score it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Break it. And there it is. All right, we got our kydex cut, and then the press. Have to cut a little area out here so we can fit 2 in. It doesn't fit 2 8-inch pieces in the press. We got our holster press pulled out, ready to go. Now we heat the kydex. Now we have the hot kydex on the gun, or the mold. We put it in, and we crank it down. That's pressed down pretty good. Have to be real careful. I've broke this press a few times. The bars in the 90s doesn't hold too well. You can see the back's bending a little bit. But we're going to let this sit for about 12 to 15 minutes. Let it cool down good. Then we'll take it out. While that's going, I want to work on some other molds I have. All right, guys. I think this is part 5 maybe. I had to repress this one. As you can see, I had to use a bigger piece because the smaller pieces was causing a crease right in here. And I didn't like the way it looked, so I had to redo it. And I got carried away making some other ones. So I just got this out of the press, marked it out, drew some lines. It won't be this wide on the sides when it's finished. I'll actually trim that down. I just mark it a little wide when I cut it to give me a little room to work with. So this is a foam press. I don't do foam as often anymore, but you can see it gets good definition. So we'll cut this out and start the next process in the next video. Okay, and this is part 6. Now we have our pieces cut down to manageable sizes. We have our fake gun in it to verify fit and alignment, and we have our width marked. So let's cut it down and then we'll drill some holes. Now we have it cut and we have some guide holes made that we can use to drill the back. Put it all in, make sure the tool's in tight, and clamp it all together so it doesn't move, and then go back to the drill. Now that everything's cut, it's pretty well rough cut, we'll wash it and get it ready for assembly, and then the last video will be the assembly. Okay, this is part 7 and the final part. We've got our assembly hardware here. We've got our pieces washed. Everything's good and smooth. Tape lines are minimal. And we'll put it together and start the final finishing process. Okay, and that part's done. It's all put together. We got the edges nice and polished. Now it's time. We'll heat right through here and right through here and make a body curve. Stand by. So now we have a slight curve, and we'll attach the belt hardware. And there it is, the finished Dragon High Concealment OWB pancake holster. Check it out at dhckydex.com. Thanks for watching.